Hello.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for episode 5 of Guys Playing Games.
Yeah. We're still here.
We're still here, yeah. Where we don't actually play games on the stream.
Yeah, this was pointed out to me recently as
Yeah.
well. We called it that, and then
We just talk
in this
about games.
particular stream / audio recording, we don't actually play games during it. We just talk about them. The guys who have played games.
Yeah, guys who like to play games is probably what it should be called. Yeah.
More accurate title.
Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm a bit tired.
Bit tired?
Yeah.
Wonder why?
Yeah, we'll get onto that.
We'll get onto that.
Maybe some Destiny 2 related tiredness.
Lots of Destiny 2 related tiredness. Like, let's be real.
Yeah,
Let's be real. I am sick.
Yes, you've been poorly.
Yeah, I've been really, really fucking sick for the last week, as you can tell. I hope the internet gets my germs.
Well, I'm going to get your germs.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know about the
Good.
rest of the internet.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Thanks.
What have you been playing, Ed? No, you know what? You asked me first because you're going to talk about it forever.
Because that's going to go on a bit.
This is going to go on forever.
Perry, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? So this week, because I've been ill, I've been at home.
A lot,
yeah. So I was like, I need something to distract myself with. I need, something to take up my time with. So I started playing World of Warcraft.
But you touched on this last week.
I touched on it last week, yeah. But I'd literally only just picked it back up last week. So for the week since then, I've been relearning this private server World of Warcraft stuff. So it's been good fun though. I hit max level in.
Wow, already.
It was bad. It was bad. There were, I think there was between Friday and Saturday, I'd slept 4 hours, and I completed. I hit max level. I hit level 70 in 51 hours playtime.
Wow.
Which was.
I keep saying wow. That's no
which
pun
was
intended.
it was pretty bad, but also I kind of fallen back in love with this.
Yeah, I mean you're no
game,
stranger to the game, so I imagine
definitely
you
not.
remember how the systems work and how to
yeah.
farm the XP.
Burning Crusade was my favourite expansion as well. One of my favourites. My favourite was probably Mr. Pandaria because of the monk class. I'd been waiting for that class for so long. Okay. So they released it and I was just like, yes, I can be a panda.
Of course, obviously Mr. Pandaria is where it came full circle as being. Because the pandas were introduced as an April Fool's joke, just after WoW launched.
Yeah, and everyone was just like, oh, "Wait, what the fuck? Don't fuck with me now, Blizzard. Put this in the game."
Several years later.
And so they did, which was good. I mean, there was always been Pandaren, which is the name of the race. They've always been written into the lore. Chen Stormstout is a very prominent character, even in Warcraft 3.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The kind of whole April Fool's thing was kind of actually based in lore.
Yeah. Well, I remember that one of the best April Fools is they announced a new race, which was just wisps. so if a night elf dies, it turns into a wisp, and they go back to their corpse. And they were like, "No, you can just play as a wisp." And everyone was just like, "What?" That was a pretty good April Fools. They got us pretty good there. Yeah. So I've been playing World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade. I hit level 70 and now I'm grinding through all of the quest zones to get my gold and get the money I need for my flying mount and get all the gear.
Oh yeah, good, yeah. That was where flying mounts were introduced. Yeah.
It's so fucking expensive. It's so expensive. It's 5,000 gold for the flying mount and the skill.
Yeah, you forget what it was back.
Yeah.
Back then.
See,
I think when I was playing it, I think I may have indulged in some gold purchasing to get. Because I didn't have the time or
nice.
inclination to farm that much gold.
The thing is, because I'm playing on this private server called Warbound, they have their own currency for their website. So you can, in turn, basically buy WoW gold. Because they run the server, they can just generate it. So what they're doing is, because they run the servers, it's basically all it's all player based. It's all off of the donations they make from their players. So if you donate to them, they give you a certain amount of currency, Warframe, not Warframe, Warmain currency. Fucking hell, too many games we play.
Too many games with war in it.
Yeah, pretty much. You get Warmain currency, and then you can convert that into gold. So, okay. But I've not done it yet. I think I might though. I might, and not because I want the currency, but because I think what these guys are doing, like, yeah, I think they deserve the support. I mean, all right, yeah, it's really illegal what they're doing, like, it's literal copyright, but it's fine. You know, they have like 40,000 people that play.
That's nuts.
Which is it's really cool. It's really interesting. Yeah.
So hang on, so if they're generating, you say they're able to generate the sort of currency, does that mean the kind of economy on the server is kind of a bit screwy?
So here's the thing, I was actually having a discussion with two of the guys that I'm playing the game with at the minute. Like, so I joined a guild, and it's just like a social leveling guild. And I was like, the economy on this server is just broken. Like, there are some items that are so expensive purely because you can buy gold and then get the items you want. Like, it's a bit broken. So I think what Warmain, yeah, I got it right, Warmain. What Warmain are going to do are stop the in-game, stop like generating currency. So what they'll do is they'll give you coins, but then let you buy the items with the coins directly, and not get the gold and then buy the, so they're not putting currency into the game. They're putting items into the game, which you can then, it's kind of a way of like dumping currency.
Okay.
So yeah, it's interesting. It's good. It's good fun. I mean, playing all this old content, like I'm doing quest chains that I've not done in like 8 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, I remember this. Like this,
flashbacks.
Yeah, this is so cool. Like, yeah, it's good though. It's good fun. And I've also, so like, my friend Chip, who I've been playing this with, he's like, what's happened to RuneScape, man? Like, you've given up on the RuneScape games? And I'm like, no, good sir. Like, I have my RuneScape client running in the background. I'm just AFK woodcutting. It's like, I've got like 2.5 million experience so far, just woodcutting.
So you're going pretty hard on the MMOs at the moment.
10,000 magic logs in my bank.
Magic logs?
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are.
It'll be used later for fetching experience. It's don't worry yourself about it, Ed. But yeah, I'm alternating between AFKing RuneScape and playing level 70 WoW.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty intense.
So there was one other thing you've played this week. I say this week.
Yeah,
it was directly after we recorded last week.
Yeah,
it kind of forced you to.
I kind of like. I wasn't going to play it because I was like, I don't want to ruin anything for the like. But I'm really glad I did. So I played the Destiny 2 beta off of the back of like
on PC.
Off the back of the last episode where we had Sujoy, who was our guest for last week. If you've not seen it, go back and watch it.
Yeah, go check that out. It was really good episode.
It was a really good episode. Yeah. I installed and played the Destiny 2 beta, and it was fucking beautiful. Like playing Destiny 2 in 140 FPS.
It was more than that. So
it capped at 200, but I was never really sitting at 200. I mostly I capped out at maybe like 160, 170. So, but yeah, it was so good. Like, yeah, I'm really excited to play this next month.
Yeah.
So, following on from that, I wonder what you've been playing, Ed.
Sneaky segue.
Sneaky segue. That's a good.
So yeah, I may or may not have stayed up to midnight last night for the UK launch of Destiny 2 on console. Playing with my trusty Xbox clan 223. Shout out again. I keep mentioning them on here.
223 hype.
I know one of the guys is in chat. So
Pile Driver 10, I think is 223, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also known as Yoda. Yes. So yeah, I've started playing Destiny 2.
Tell me about it, Ed. Come on.
You see, I don't, because it's obviously today is officially launch day. I don't want to get into like spoiler territory, so I'll do my best to avoid.
Yeah, that's fair.
Getting.
I mean, ultimately,
like, but we'll talk about some of the systems and some
I've accepted the
changes.
I've accepted the fact that I'm playing this on PC, and I'm not even going to look at it on console. So I don't mind. Like, I've accepted the fact that I'm going to hit spoilers at some point. So like, as long as you don't drop massive spoilers, like the Traveller is destroyed or something dumb like that, like
the speaker turns into a dragon.
I'll let Reddit tell me about that. Like,
so I mean, the first thing up. That I actually saw on stream, because obviously it launched elsewhere in the world earlier in the day, was the I don't know if you saw this, was the memories thing that they do at the beginning. This isn't really a spoiler. This kind of happens after the initial cutscene.
So
this happens before you choose which class you're going to start the game with.
So is this like a pre-log, basically, like to tell you
about
Destiny?
But no, it's specific to your account.
Oh, okay.
So if you have
so if you have a legacy account,
yeah. So what it does, this isn't massive. Hopefully not a massive spoiler to people, but I'm going to talk about it because it's right at the beginning of the game, and it's based on stuff you've done in Destiny 1. So what they do is they kind of go through in a really nice kind of illustrated sort of black and white illustration-y style. They kind of flash up these pages, and they show it in the bottom corner. It says the activity, so it'd be like Vault of Glass. It's like you crushed Atheon and restored the time streams or whatever. And then on the other side of the screen, it has the date that you completed it, and it shows the fire team that you were playing with.
Oh, really? That's
and everyone's cool. Like classes. So it's like and then you kind of have to hit a button to go to the next memory. So it goes through. So it goes like Blackguard and Vault of Glass, and then it goes through each of the expansions, the raids, Prison of Elders, Trials if you completed the Lighthouse.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever hit Trials?
I never got to Lighthouse. I'm too much of a PvP scrub to have made it that far. So I think it's one of the only things I didn't do. I did all the raids, not a huge amount of times. King's Fall I played a lot. But like the last raid, Wrath of the Machine, I only did recently with some of the guys from the clan. So I was like, DT's coming out. I'd quite like to, just get a completion under my belt. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
we just did it on because I guess what is now hard mode, but like everyone was max light, so it was like
it's cakewalk. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really nice thing. Like I'd be interested, because it's tied to the account. And like on PC, obviously the accounts are linked.
That's the thing. Well, no, they're not. On PC, they're not. Like you're starting from scratch.
Yeah, because you can link your Battle.net account with your Bungie account.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah, they.
I'll have to do some investigation.
But I'm curious to see if that memory intro thing makes it into the PC version or not.
I remember reading that you couldn't. That the accounts weren't transferable. Like you couldn't.
Yeah, I see. For the in-game stuff, I seem to remember that it has to be same platform.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, yeah, it's a shame, but yeah. So that was a really nice touch to start with. Like we were kind of all in party chat on Xbox when we kicked off last night, and everyone was kind of, almost in tears at points of like seeing who they'd like done their first raids with and stuff. But it was a really nice touch. For people, all the veteran players coming over.
Carry on.
Where was I going to go from there? So yeah, that's kind of how it started. Obviously, then you get kicked into the Homecoming mission, which is from the beta. I won't go into the story past that, but so I started last night. I played for a couple of hours last night, and I've been playing pretty much all day today.
Didn't pull the all-nighter?
No, I was quite tired. I needed to get some sleep.
That's fair enough.
Too old for that.
That's fair enough. Didn't pull on me. I basically because I've been so ill. I literally was sleeping for an hour, waking up playing for 3 or 4, having a little nap, waking up playing for 3 or 4. Like there was one point where it was like 6 a.m. The sun was coming up. I was just like, well, one more quest.
That's when you know it's got you. It's the one, just one more quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've put, I don't know how many hours in so far. Maybe 7 or 8 hours, I guess. And I've just got to the point where I've unlocked patrols and strikes.
Just off bounties. Of that. So just off of what you've played, would you recommend people to play it?
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course. I mean, yeah. I'm very much enjoying it. I mean, the thing that's interesting to me is I'd be really curious to see how somebody who hasn't played Destiny 1 takes to it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff in it is very, not referential, but probably not as explained as much as it would be if it was a fresh game.
So you think
because some of the enemy types, like the Fallen and the Vex and stuff, obviously we've had a lot of time with them in Destiny 1, and obviously the focus certainly going into Destiny 2 has been the Cabal, which was they were kind of fairly underutilised, it's fair to say, in D1. But then, so when the Fallen and the Vex and stuff turn up in D2, which hopefully that's not too much of a spoiler, but hey, yeah, they kind of, it's like, oh look, the Vex are here, and it's kind of like,
what?
There's no real kind of like,
excuse me,
kind of explanation stuff. So if somebody hasn't played the previous game, they might be a bit like, who are these guys?
Yeah, what's going on? That's interesting. So is there no real prologue then? You just kind of get chucked into.
It literally starts with Homecoming, which was in the beta, and that's how the game kicks off.
Okay.
I mean, there's quite a nice section after that, which I won't talk about, which is kind of very different for Destiny.
Okay, well that's...
I say different, but I mean it's the kind of base of the story. I mean, if you played Homecoming and what happens at the end of that, it follows them directly from that. It's kind of, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. As in, like, oh yeah, you
get kicked off.
Yeah, you get booted off the tower, don't you? Okay, so that sounds really cool then.
But yeah, so I mean, a lot of the currency stuff and some of the systems are changed.
Yeah, so I heard a lot of
the map stuff is way better. Like, I spent like almost no time in orbit, which is amazing.
That's really good.
So you hold down the.
That was obviously the biggest problem, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, so in D1 you hold down the menu button and it pops up a thing, and then you hold down the button again to go to orbit.
Yeah.
Now you hold the menu button down and it takes you to the map screen. And so the map screen gives you your planetary map, and then you can scroll across to the like system map, and then you can just hop into another planet, pick one of the landing points or missions or whatever, and you go straight there. There's no like hopping to orbit and then hopping back in.
That's really good.
So the direct is kind of just available at any point now, which is awesome. Maps themselves, the initial map, the European Dead Zone is huge. And like the one thing I've realised in playing some of the European Dead Zone stuff, you kind of look at the map, but there's so much more to it because a lot of it's subterranean. So you of got like this kind of huge kind of top level area, but then there's a whole heap of other stuff, and that's kind of a theme throughout the different planets as well. It's like there's a very much a subterranean layer to all of these things, and I mean, to some extent there was that in D1. I mean, you think about the moon and stuff, like, and most of that was kind of a good chunk of that was underground. You kind of went down into the Hellmouth.
Yeah, that's true. Well, a lot of it was, if you think about it, like a lot of the Mars stuff was you were, and Venus actually, like Venus, you went into different areas.
Yeah. Yeah,
nothing was really
not as much as the moon one, but yeah, so that kind of layering of the map is quite interesting. We got some. I'm just going to reference chat for a second. We've got somebody asking if we'd recommend playing Destiny 1. I would say you could probably pick up Destiny 1 really cheap now with like all the expansions and stuff. It's if you want to kind of get the full experience and kind of get a bit more of the backstory, it's probably worth playing through it. You can play through the campaign and all the story missions probably quite quickly.
I was going to say, it probably depends on what you want to experience as a gamer. Like, if you just want to get into the thick of it, then maybe just go straight to D2. Yeah. But if you're more interested in the lore, like I'm a lore person, me.
Yeah.
Like a good game has a good narrative. So knowing about the background, I would probably go back and play 1 before I play 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the experience obviously you'd have with 1 would now be very different because the majority of the player base, I imagine, is moved on. So
you've got to be prepared to solo a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how much help you get with strikes and stuff, and you'd be struggling to do raids.
I think there'd be some player base left. Like you wouldn't be completely stranded, but
yeah, that's talking about sort of fire teams and raids and stuff. So going into detail, I mean, obviously they touted the clan features very much. Now these features haven't gone live yet. They've held them back for. I don't know whether this was always intended, but they announced yesterday that the clan features weren't going live at launch.
That bothers me.
I think they've only held them for a few days, is what they said. But yeah, so none of the actual clan stuff is. There's kind of a clan page in the menu in game, but there's nothing on it.
If it's because they've not polished the feature to the standard they want it to be, then alright, I understand that. And if it's going to come out in like 2 or 3 days, then that's fine. But if they're actually holding it off to
I
release
I can't really think what the reasoning would be.
extra content, I'm not about that.
No, I mean, I think they said it would only be a few days, so hopefully it will pop up.
That's
the next
good.
day
Is the first raid out yet? It's not, is it?
No, that's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
See this. As the PC gamer as well, like that kind of annoys me. I was hoping that the raid would wait until every player was on,
Yeah,
but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not salty. It's fine. Okay.
But yeah, going back. I mean, so far the factions from D1 are nowhere to be seen. So certainly, like the New Monarchy, Future War Cult, Dead Orbit. I haven't seen them yet. So I don't know whether they're going to make an appearance or whether they got wrecked in a tower.
So you were telling me earlier that you have like 33,000 glimmer.
Yeah, so there's the cap. I don't know if there's a glimmer cap, but yeah, so in D1 you could only hold 25,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sitting on like
so if they've like removed those factions that you could just dump glimmer into, I wonder.
Oh no, I mean don't get me wrong, there are vendors.
Oh, okay.
It's not that there aren't vendors, it's just that the faction-y things. I mean, possibly in place of the factions, so each planet has like a character that you do kind of side missions and stuff for, and they act as a vendor on that planet for stuff, which seems to...
You're being very vague.
Well, armour and weapons.
There's a character that sells stuff.
Yeah, they sell armour and weapons, but they also do faction packages for that planet. So like the EDZ, European Dead Zone dude, you find chests and do public events which is fucking all over the place now, and are marked on the map with time as to when they're happening.
I like that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Massively helpful. They award like, I can't remember what they're called. They're like planetary affiliation coin things, and you basically turn them in
specifically for that planet.
Yeah, for that planet. So like you turn in EDZ coins to this dude for faction rep for that planet.
So there are factions still then.
Yeah, when you sort of max out the bar, you get a purple engram. It looks like, but you can only pick it up. So I maxed out the faction bar for the EDZ, and it's like purple engram, but you can't pick it up until you're level 20. So it's like, cool, thanks.
I mean, it's kind of cool that you're going to have, like, when you hit level 20, you're going to have, like, a backlog of engrams that you
some
can just
bits
be,
and
like,
pieces.
Open.
I did get, what did I do earlier? I think it was when... So I was on one of the planets, and I inadvertently got involved in a heroic public event, and dropped an exotic engram.
Ooh.
Which was nice.
So you've got a nice yellow waiting for you.
Yeah, so you pick up... again, not massively spoilery, you get a couple of exotics going, well, I've had a couple so far, going through the campaign. So I've got 3.
And are you able to, like, level them up?
Yeah, so you can infuse them. But I can't infuse them yet, because the endgame currency, the legendary shards, marks, whatever they are, you don't start getting those until you max level.
Okay.
So I've got some exotic gear, which I used for a bit, but now they're kind of low power, so I switched them out.
I was going to say, so you can't level it up with you as you're playing?
No.
Okay, I'm kind of okay with that, because that would be pretty broken if you could just keep an exotic.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird having to swap out an exotic for like a blue helmet.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it was.
But you've then got it there for when you hit.
Yeah, exactly. You can start infusing
like
it.
Pimp, put that back on.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'm really excited to play this game.
Yeah,
like
I need to get my head around. So they've changed like the shader system, and also added like a weapon mod system, an armor mod system, which hasn't been fully explored yet.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is kind of the shader system was particularly weird, because I got a package of 5 shaders which were all the same, and I think they kind of done the shader system how the chroma system was in the old one, whereas you apply a shader, but then when you switch it out, it gets destroyed.
Okay.
I think, from what I can tell.
So you, right, yeah, okay.
So I got a pack of 5 shaders that were all the same.
And if you were to switch them, you would consume them rather than just have one shader that you can switch between.
Yeah. Okay. Which I'm not sure how I feel about yet. It depends how prevalent they are in the game and how easy they are to come by.
Obtain, yeah. Okay, so the topic of modding, I'm really down for. So for me, when we were playing the Division, that was like my favourite part. Was like mid-maxing my stats just to get what I could.
So yeah, there's like resilience. So I guess it's the 3 stats in game, like resilience, mobility, and whatever the other one is.
What was it before? It was strength,
intellect, and discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, so they made them a bit more user friendly this time. So you've got mobility, which is speed, resilience, which is like armor,
defense,
and then I can't remember what the third one is. I'm only interested in mobility. I just want armor with mobility on it so I can go fast. Because Warlocks built recovery. Warlock's built for
recovery.
By default, Warlock is built for recovery. So all the kind of Warlock armor that you're picking up through the game is built for recovery.
Warlocks have a skill now that heals people, right?
Oh, so each that's one of the changes. So each of the 3 classes has a class ability. The Warlocks being a rift. You basically whack a circle down on the floor, and you can switch it. It's kind of like the old Titan bubble, so in a way, but you can kind of toggle it in your subclass.
As to what buff it gives.
Yeah, so it's either healing, which heals into an overshield, so it'll go up to, if you stand in it,
that's good.
You get overshield up to max. Or you can switch it to 20% damage increase.
So it's like weapons of light. Yeah. I remember doing Taken King. What was that? The third boss, where you had to hide behind the pillars, and you had like to weapons of light and snipe it with the spindle. And you kept it staggered so it didn't come out of the. It was the hard mode. I can't remember the boss's name. Priest.
Oh, the War Priest.
The War Priest. That was it.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty fun because you'd have to like dip in and out of the weapons of light.
Oh yeah, you whack the bubble down at the back.
And keep going at him with the spindle until you had like no ammo left.
Oh, so Yoda in chat is saying shaders are single use only.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah,
confirmed. Thanks, Yoda.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, as I say, it depends we'll have to see how it plays out. If they're coming at you left, right, and centre, and it's not much of a big deal.
If they stack as well, like I can't.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, so
I would be really fucking livid if I had like 20 shaders in my inventory, and I had no space.
Major feature in the inventory. There is a sort function.
Ooh.
So you can sort by newest, sort by rarity.
Oh, that's good.
That's
really good.
Sorely missing.
I like that. So from what I hear, like the system changes basically make this game what Destiny should have been.
Yeah. I'm going to quote. I told you this earlier. I'll quote what Polygon said last night. So they obviously the kind of releases were happening, and that Polygon were writing a review in progress, as they were calling it, and kind of reviewing it as they went along. But their kind of initial impression was, it's Destiny 1 without all the bullshit, was the quote that they put out.
I think that for me just sells it. Because Destiny 1 was a good game without all the bullshit.
Yeah. Just a random thought that just popped into my head. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think I'm reasonably far through the campaign, and with the unlocking strikes and stuff, I haven't got a Sparrow yet. Which is weird, because the maps are quite big, and sometimes they're like, go to this place, and it's fucking miles away.
And you don't have like a legacy Sparrow or anything
like that? No. The Sparrow, the vehicle slot in my is locked.
Crossed out. Oh, okay.
So I don't know when Sparrow.
I wonder if you have like a sub-quest.
But I have seen, Eververse Lady. Oh, actually, I'll come to a point of controversy, which kicked up quite early yesterday. Eververse Lady has, I think they're called bright engrams, they're basically loot boxes. These loot boxes
triggered.
Finally, we're getting exotic sparrows and exotic ships.
That's cool.
Some of them look pretty tasty. There's a couple of sparrows I've got my eye on. I'll tell you,
really,
some exotic sparrows are pretty cool.
Are you going to invest in some of these?
I'm not going to. I'll see if we get any in game. But
do you think they're going to be obtainable in game?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I would hope at some point they'd chuck you 1 or 2 as a
even if it's like a super low drop chance.
Yeah. But the other thing that these loot boxes drop are mods. So mods
like weapon mods and armor mods.
Well, armor mods that increase your armor and things like that. So this has upset some people.
So it's kind of pay to win. So you can just
kind of
buy the mods.
I mean, I don't know how much it's going to influence the kind of how much the outcome is going to be influenced by them. I mean, I don't know how bigger increases these things are going to do. I mean,
I would hope that it was minimal, but enough to make a difference in an impactful way. If you so for example, if you were missing like 2 points of movement to get the next cap, like if you could just add a movement mod on to get that, like that would be cool. But like the base stats, the bulk of the stat come from the item, and then you add 2 or 3 mods.
The mods don't seem to do like it's not like plus 50 movement.
It sounds pretty pay to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's again. I say, it launched today. There's still a long way to go.
Yeah,
see how it
it's
shakes
literally
out.
still day one. So.
I mean, another thing that's kind of been striking me as I've been playing through the campaign today, it feels like the campaign is basically a step towards the end game. I think the end game is going to be a lot bigger than the campaign is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I think a lot of stuff is going to open up once you hit the end of the campaign. Yeah. I mean,
I like that though. Like, I think one of the problems I had with Destiny 1 was like, you did these strikes and stuff as you were leveling, but it got to a point where you were like, there's no point doing this other than for the one time that I need it for the mission. Like, might as well just save that stuff until the end and be like, okay, now go do everything.
Yeah, talking about strikes and engrams and stuff. So I haven't actually had a chance to run any of the strikes yet. So I literally just unlocked it before I came over.
Damn.
But the inventory screen works a bit differently this time. So any engrams you pick up, you can carry 10, but they appear on the inventory screen. They don't take up slots. They don't take up item slots on your character.
So like
you have like a separate
8 helmets and
you have a separate like engram inventory block where just engrams live. So rather than picking up engrams and they go into your helmet slot,
specific slots,
they just go into their own pot.
That's good.
So you can actually have like 9 weapons equipped, and you don't have to worry about not being able to pick up engrams and stuff.
Has anyone found a loot cave yet?
I don't believe there's a loot cave. There has been at least. I actually haven't looked at Reddit today because I've been playing all day, so I've been kind of I haven't really bothered looking. First thing this morning when I looked, somebody had already discovered a secret in the farm, the social space. There's a ridiculous sequence of events that you have to do, and it triggers like a secret patrol scouting mission, like a little mini mission that's just within the farm.
That's interesting. Actually, saying that reminds me of something that's just happened in World of Warcraft, but like official World of Warcraft.
All right.
So they've just released a clue event basically, where the reward is a mount, but the entire World of Warcraft community has been like banded together to try and figure this out, and they cracked it like 2 days ago.
Nice.
And some of the shit that you had to do was ridiculous. Like, you had to go to like one of the old raids and put all of these things in a certain order, make a picture, and then it would reveal a scroll. And they were stuck on. There was one thing where there was like a little plaque, and it had 3 words on it, and one person figured out that it was an anagram for an NPC name basically. And when you went to the NPC, you saw he was wearing a specific mask. So if you went back to the location where you saw the plaque wearing the mask, you would see the scroll. Like, it was nuts. But yeah, everyone's got this.
So this is one of the things that I'm actually really hopeful for in Destiny 2. Bungie have never really skimped on their elaborate puzzles. I feel like they really respect the player base and giving them ridiculously difficult challenges. The best example of which was the last raid. There was an exotic pulse rifle, Outbreak Prime, which was kind of only obtainable through the raid. And even then, so for anybody who's not familiar, in the raid Wrath of the Machine, there was these hidden monitors that were kind of scattered throughout the raid that you had to break. So as you're going through, some of the rooms are quite off the beaten track, and you had to go in there and like smash these monitors. The 5th one of which took the community a while to figure out how to get to. So there's a part in the raid where you kind of go through this room where there's a big kind of diamond thing in the middle, and somebody noticed that by the tiniest sliver, like the front of this diamond, they could actually see inside, so they knew, and they could see that the fifth monitor was inside this kind of big diamond, but nobody could figure out how to get into it. And it was sat in the middle of this room where there was like hundreds of pillars surrounding on the floor. There was like a sort of a cross of like, if you imagine a square that's kind of quartered, so with this big diamond room sat in the middle, and then a sort of cross of like walkways, and then in each of the four like corners there was like a crap load of pillars just on the floor, like in space. And so what happened was, I can't remember how it started off. There was something was leaked online, which must have been by Bungie. I think there was a website set up whereby people had to figure out some stuff from this website, and then it started giving people images. And there was all this insanely complex like mathematical stuff that these people were doing to like decode these images. I think it might have even been giving people like these strings that had to be then decoded, which then generated these images. And there was like a whole sequence of like there was a good like 100 or so images which were then put together, which then gave a map of all these pillars on the floor. And
that's
then
really
you
elaborate.
had to. Yeah, and then you had to like stand on the pillars in a particular order, and that would open this diamond room and give you the fifth monitor. Which, and the 5 monitors were linked in the final boss room at Axis. There was like a corridor off the side that had 5 laser gates. So breaking the 5 monitors, each one lowered one of the laser gates, which then had a chest at the end, which gave you gave you the starting point of the quest to get the pulse rifle. It was a bit more involved.
It wasn't just like, here's the pulse rifle. It was just like, no, you have to fucking work for it.
I know, because I never got it. I don't know the intricacies of it, but I know there was another step later on that actually required you to be in a fire team with one. You needed one of each class in the fire team, and I think they had to like, you all had to inspect the weapon and do stuff. I don't know. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, it sounds pretty.
But yeah,
intense.
so they do some pretty involved puzzles. So I'm imagining there's going to be some stuff hidden in Destiny 2. I mean, you think about, Black Spindle was another, not as obviously involved, but it was a secret.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool thing.
I remember we
worked our tits off for that, didn't we?
Yeah,
that was worth it though. That was really fun.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what hidden
I really want to see what sort of Easter eggs they have. Because I know in Destiny 1 there are a few really good ones, like the Master Chief helmet.
Yes,
like that was
the building, the Master Chief
the building.
Yeah,
like, if you looked back, it looked like the Master Chief.
Yeah, there's got to be a Halo reference in there somewhere.
There will be somewhere. Yeah.
You'd hope.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know it. That's really interesting. I'm looking forward to that. I like game companies where they put in time to create this content for their players. Like Blizzard have confirmed, like off the back of this. So I was telling you the secret mount that they've just found. Off the back of it, like Kaplan, one of the game developers, game director, sorry, he was just like, there's still shit in the game that you haven't found yet, that's been in there for years. I love the fact that
it's just trolling.
Yeah, well, RuneScape did it as well. RuneScape did a huge event called Crack the Clue, and they gave you a clue. And from this clue, it led you to a bunch of other clues. And in the end, you had 5, and then you had to figure out from this where to go. But like in the end, you had to be holding certain items. You had to have certain items equipped before you dug. Like you had to drink a potion and then dig, and then it was huge.
Yeah,
but
really convoluted.
But that was in the game, and people were trying to crack that for like a year. And then the game devs were like, all right, we'll give you one clue, because you've had it for a year and no one's cracked it. And then they said something like, it was like, you've got all the right things but you're not holding them the right way, or something like that. And within a day someone was just like, done it, I've got the fucking set. Like, because it was only to unlock a cosmetic set. It was called
nice.
It's just called the Clue Hunter's Garb, and it's just 5 pieces, and like that's it. Like there's no bonus to it. Like you don't get any buff or anything like that. It's just something to have. And I really enjoy content like that, because it just engages engages your.
I think I mean certainly in the terms of the Destiny one, like it's stuff like that. It like really draws the community together because it was like a massive team effort to solve this thing.
Exactly.
And that kind of it really kind of draws it. Everyone gets really excited about it. It's like, oh, what is it like? How do we solve this? And it's really cool, and it's nice to see the devs really playing up to like the intelligence of the community and not just handing people stuff like that could have taken like weeks and months to like
definitely
crack. It's not that and it was like this one weapon that was kind of quite elusive, and people were just like, how the hell do we get this? And there are people coming together and
that's really cool.
Looking it out.
I appreciate game developers that put stuff like that in their games. So that was what you've been playing. We've basically we went off onto a Destiny thing, didn't we?
Destiny 2 release day. It was always going to happen.
Yeah. That's fine. I mean, we've done our Destiny section. There is one other thing I want to talk about, and it is the Hearthstone card nerfs.
Nerfs, yes, they announced. Was this yesterday? They announced
fucking stupid Druid deck that needs to be nerfed to oblivion. And if I'm honest,
I'm not sure I agree with some of these nerfs. Some of them seem
some of them are stupid, but in my opinion, they've not nerfed Druid enough.
Really?
Like, they're not.
Well, I think the weird thing is they haven't nerfed the card that everybody expected them to nerf, which is Ultimate
Infestation, which was just broken. 10 mana, draw, summon a 5/5, deal 5 damage, draw 5 cards, gain 5 armor.
Yeah. And get a 5/5.
I said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I said that at the start. But like
all the 5s.
Yeah. They're stupid.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the post. They did do a long post with all their justifications, and they're like, we were thinking of doing this, we decided not to do that. So on Ultimate Infestation, they like in the full like post they did, they said like we did look at Ultimate Infestation, we considered lowering all the 5s to 4s, but then we didn't think that would be good enough or something. And like,
so. The way they've approached it, I'm kind of okay with. So let's talk about the cards first.
Yeah,
the 5 cards. Talk about Innovate first. So Innovate was gain 2 mana crystals.
This turn
only. Yeah. So now it's gain 1 mana crystal.
Yeah.
Same cost. Now I like this because it basically just turns it into another coin. So one of the Innovate Wildgrowth was such.
You say that,
huge,
but that's at the same time it's just another coin.
Yeah, but. It's a good nerf in my opinion.
I don't know. It makes me a little bit sad. I was kind of liked
Innovate. It stops
Innovate.
their ramp.
Innovate was always a fun card because it was only active on that turn, and like because it let you do stupid things like play a 4-drop on turn 2. Like I don't know.
That's
I always
huge though.
But you see, but Druid was lacking in other areas though.
Until Jade Druid.
Yeah, until recently.
Like because Jade Druid, it literally has everything they need. It's like early game, huge ramp, big finish. Like it's stupid. So the next card is the Fiery War Axe, which is a warrior card, warrior weapon, and that's been the mana cost of that's been increased to 3 from 2.
Yeah.
Now this just changes the way warrior plays.
Yeah. Again, I was kind of. I mean, this one and Hex, which we'll talk about in a minute. I was kind of surprised to see them in this stuff.
I was the same.
I wasn't really thinking that. Yeah. In the current meta, like, are these things that actually needed to change right now?
I mean,
like,
the thing is, Fiery War Axe needed to change 2 years ago. Like,
yeah,
it became card.
Yeah, I mean, it is a staple warrior card.
Yeah,
but then you see, I would argue like, why shouldn't it be a staple warrior card? Like, all the classes have cards that you look at paladins.
A unique thing for their kit.
Yeah, you look at paladins, they run consecrations qualities. You look at mages, they run like frostbolts, fireballs, whatever. There's always stuff that you expect to run into in those classes decks from the basic sets.
Yeah, it's like so I play priest, and every time I'm playing a warrior, I'm like, I'm not going to drop my cleric on turn 1 because he's just going to war axe and kill it. Like now. I can do that. I can do that turn 1, knowing that I can get at least some value out of it.
Yeah.
Like, it changes the way you play against the warrior.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really interesting.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure it was entirely needed.
I don't think it was needed. No, I don't think it was needed at all. I don't think warrior needed a nerf. I think they were in quite a comfortable position.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's playing Hearthstone at the moment will be screaming for Druid to be nerfed. I mean, there's another Druid card coming up, but. Yeah, like Warrior and Shaman.
Yeah, so the next card is Hex, and the mana cost of this card's been increased by 1 from 3 to 4. So
it's just I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't see why.
Why does Hex need nothing?
Like what bothers me is they've nerfed this, but they haven't nerfed Polymorph, which is still a 3 mana turn. Polymorph's...
No, Polymorph's 4.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, that kind of makes sense then. It kind of brings it up in line with Polymorph.
I mean, well, not really, because I mean,
I suppose with the sheep you do get a 1/1, whereas
this
with
is
the Hex
a 0/1.
you get a 0/1, but it does have taunt, so you do it does have to be dealt with.
Yeah, but you're in control of that because you're creating it, so you're obviously going to have a follow up.
Yeah, true.
And like it's direct removal for big minions, and like somebody plays Ysera or Malagos, it's like, see you later.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know why it needed to go up to 4.
I don't think it did. I think they needed to. The thing is, like, they're nerfing.
I mean, Shaman. Why did Shaman need to change at all? Like,
I don't think it did. I think a lot of the community don't think it did either.
No.
Like,
it's not. It's still not top tier at the moment, as far as I'm aware.
The next card changes a lot of it affects a lot of classes. Like the Murloc War Leader, which is a 3 mana 3/3.
That all stays the same.
It all stays the same. But the buff to the other Murlocs, the +1 health has been removed.
Yeah.
Which means this
makes clearing them a lot easier.
Yeah. So this War Leader was huge when you were playing against like a mage. Like it was basically a way to stop clearance.
Yeah.
Because if you could give your Murlocs that +1 health, it guaranteed they stayed on the board.
Yeah.
So I think this card nerf alone nerfs all.
Murloc decks. War Leader's like he's a key card in most Murloc decks because of the buffs.
Yeah.
Certainly ones that bring back dead Murlocs, or you're relying on the charge Murlocs and stuff like that.
Because I've been playing hand buff Paladin, and now it's just nerfed because the idea of hand buff is you buff up the Murlocs in your hand, and then you play like War Leaders and stuff like that to keep them alive. But it doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work. And obviously, the final card, the ridiculous card that is Spreading Plague, summon a 1/5 Scarab with Taunt. If your opponent has more minions, cast it again. So basically, it's like Unleash the Hounds, but with 1/5 taunts.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So the mana cost of this has been increased by 1 as well.
Yeah.
So is that enough? Do you think? I mean, because this card. Is,
it certainly slows it down a little bit. I mean, putting it on turn 6.
So I think the thing with this now being a 6 cost card instead of a 5 cost card, it means that you cannot do the combo of Spreading Plague with the buff minion. The Druid minion that buffs taunts, gives it +2, +4, or something dumb like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably enough justification in itself.
Yeah. I mean, it turns that thing from turn 9 to turn 10.
Yeah.
So I think that's big enough. But this card is still.
I think I definitely prefer the 6 cost of it. I think 5 was way too cheap for something that can basically flood your board.
I don't think it's enough of a buff, of a nerf. Like, the fact that you could be playing against a Zoo deck and then instantly
fill your board.
Yeah, you could have potentially 7 1/5 taunts.
Maybe it should have gone up another.
I don't think the cost needs to go up. I think like the health of the taunt needs to go down by like 2. Like summon a 1/3 taunt. I think that's a way better nerf. Because then you could still like keep it a 5 cost card, so you can still do the combo.
Or you could do 6 mana 1/4s.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just this card is so broken.
Yes,
it's such a game changing card.
Yeah. So these changes were announced yesterday. They haven't said when they're rolling them out yet.
I really want to see how these affect the Jade Druid, because I mean, Innovate and Spreading Plague are 2 stable cards in the Jade Druid deck.
In the current builds,
Like the Spreading Plague is literally the sustain they need to get to the ramp. So if that's put off by a turn, that's. I'm okay with that, but I want to see if it actually affects it. Like if it's enough to let the aggro decks do the work, you know.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to see how that shakes out, I guess.
So on the topic of Hearthstone, I've been watching Tice play Mill Rogue. Like
mill decks are always fun.
Immunity Mill Rogue, it's so fun. Like it genuinely makes me want to like burn all of my cards just to build this deck. It is so fun. So it plays Valera, the Hollowed.
Oh, the Death Knight.
Yeah, the Death Knight one, and the weapon that makes you immune for the turn that you're using it. So you literally drop Valera, because then you can like duplicate your mill cards, like your Cold Light Oracles and stuff.
Okay.
So, and then you just mill yourself into like 15, 17, 18, 19 damage because you're immune, so you don't take it.
Right.
But then your opponent is obviously taking it all. So it's like it's such a cool because so the old mill deck.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
The old mill deck relied on your opponent using more cards than you, so you had the same amount of cards, but you were like, I need to not use too much.
Yeah.
But it was this one. It's just like, no, fucking burn it all. Like, take all my cards. Like, it's super fun to watch. It's really fun to watch. I've been watching Tice play the Unchained the Unchained Priest as well.
Yeah.
Raza.
Yeah, the one that sets the hero pad to 0,
and then Shadow Anduin. Like, no, was it Shadow Reaper Anduin? That's it. It's so much fun. It's like Mind Spike to face, play a card. Mind Spike to face, play a card. Mind Spike to face, play a card. Then it's like 16 damage later, and they're like, I concede. Like, it's so good. Yeah, it's really good fun.
Times.
I think it's like it covers everything I wanted to talk about on the Hearthstone front.
I mean, you know, what was it being Destiny 2 though? You know, have to get back to it. So maybe we'll cut it a little bit.
Cut it a little bit short. I think you're
but there's still time.
You're antsy. Oh no.
There's still time.
Damn.
You're not getting away with it. There's still time for Fact of the Week.
Fact of the Week.
Fact of the Week.
Dun, 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 dun. We need to come up with like a stupid jingle.
I can do that.
You've already done it, haven't you?
Don't challenge me. That'll happen.
Okay,
I've gone with a. It's a very short. I've noticed I've been doing quite long Facts of the Week.
Yeah, pretty
in depth.
Pretty in depth.
I've gone with a nice short snappy one this week.
Fast simpletons.
Yeah. I know you're.
All right, hit me.
So this week's fact, I'm going to read from my phone because I only looked it up just before we started because I completely forgot. So I've been playing Destiny 2 all day. This week's fact. Charles Martinet, who is the voice of iconic Nintendo character Mario.
Let's go.
He also voiced the dragon Parthenax in Elder Scrolls V.
I've never played, so that fun fact just goes straight over my head.
I think that's a fun little fact.
That's a cool
two
fact.
Two very different characters to have voiced, showing his range from a weird Italian plumber and a big scary dragon.
Yeah. Have you ever like watched any of the YouTube videos where you see iconic like TV voices,
the people who
in real life, and like just like doing regular things like going through a drive-through, like the voice of Bart Simpson, I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah.
She does this. She has a couple of YouTube videos where she just goes through a drive-through and she like orders her food in the voice of Bart Simpson, and they're like, "Yo, that impression's really good." And she's like, "Oh, is it? Is it really good?" Oh, well, thank you. That's really sweet. There's
been the past year or so. There's been a few videos from like conventions and stuff of a lot of the Overwatch voice characters.
Oh yeah,
hang out together and like do all the
a lot of them
sit and have conversations.
A lot of them are friends. Like they hang out all the time.
Yeah, but they kind of get together. Yeah, they hang out and do conversations in character. Voices. It's just really weird watching these people in the character. Yeah, it's a weird disconnect between them.
It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap. Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks for indulging in Destiny Week.
Yeah, Destiny Week. Yeah, sorry that this episode got dominated by Destiny. Not sorry at all. Yeah, not sorry.
It was always going to happen. Yeah, we fell on release day, so it was inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, you might say we planned. No, we didn't. We didn't plan it. This is a happy coincidence. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week where we will be back. Yeah. With maybe a little bit less Destiny.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
See how much I play between now and then.
See how much you play between now and then. Yeah, so I've been Perry.
I've been Ed.
We're guys playing games, so thank you very much.
Cheers.